And good day, everybody. My name is Alex Viehmann, and I am currently the Director of the Division of Quality Intelligence 2 within the Office of Pharmaceutical Quality, Office of Quality Surveillance. And I will be speaking to you today on quality management maturity, FDA's vision, and expectations. Pharmaceutical quality. So a quality product of any kind consistently meets the expectations of the user. Whether we're talking some type of technology with cell phones, automobiles, laptops, iPads, and drugs are no different. Patients expect safe and effective medicine with every dose they take. Pharmaceutical quality is consistently meeting standards that ensure every dose is safe and effective, free of contamination and defects. And it gives patients confidence in their next dose of medicine. In 2004, the FDA published a report on pharmaceutical quality for the 21st century that laid out the following vision: a maximally efficient, agile, flexible manufacturing sector that reliably produces high-quality drug products without extensive regulatory oversight. And fully realizing this vision requires a transparent method of evaluating and communicating quality management maturity. So what is quality management maturity? So for the purposes of definitions, so quality management maturity means a measure of the consistency, reliability, and robustness of a business processes established and maintained to achieve quality policies and objectives, including a focus on continual process and system improvement. This term may seem new, however, the science around quality management maturity and the practice and promotion of these practices has been around for decades, with the quality gurus of Deming and Juran, and really implementing these practices and these learnings to revolutionize the automobile industry many decades ago. Continual improvement is also a major component of quality management maturity. And that really gets around the investment back into the infrastructure, into the people, into the technology, which results in a net gain in efficiency and quality, and it's overall good for business. And when manufacturers demonstrate this rigorous oversight, the understanding and control of their manufacturing processes, FDA can exercise a more flexible regulatory approach. FDA will have more confidence in the effectiveness of their quality system, and will be able to lean towards the goal of that high quality drug products without extensive regulatory oversight, which moves into continual improvement of the manufacturing processes and identifying those opportunities. Quality management maturity starts with the foundation laid out in the CGMPs, in the current good manufacturing practices, which establish a minimum standard for systems that assure proper design, monitoring, and control of the manufacturing processes and facilities. And they are the foundation for quality. Moving out of the foundation is ICH Q10, which lays the framework for an effective pharmaceutical quality system. And then quality management maturity is the integration of the best practices learned in ICH Q10 and the foundation in CGMPs, and driving towards decision making and a focus on continual improvement, utilizing data to drive decisions. More recently, the FDA has recognized the importance of quality management maturity. In October 2019, the FDA published a report to Congress around drug shortages and the root causes and potential solutions. The report identified 3 major root causes for drug shortage, including 1, around the market does not recognize and reward manufacturers for mature quality systems that focus on continuous improvement and early detection of supply chain issues. What that means is we recognize that manufacturers do not get rewarded for the investments back into their infrastructure, the investments into technology, and the investments into their people. because the information is not transparent to purchasers. So how do we solve this gap? First, we have to develop a rating system to incentivize drug manufacturers to invest in quality management maturity for their facilities. As mentioned, the CGMPs lay the foundation for quality, and they are defined in 21 CFR 211 and ICH Q7. And they are the minimum expectations for quality. And both of them outline expectations for using data to drive decision and identify continual improvement opportunities. In 211-180E within the GMPs, there's language around collecting data so it can be used for evaluating, at least annually, the quality standards of each drug product to determine the need for changes in drug product specifications or manufacturing control procedures. And moving forward, requiring a review of a representative number of batches, whether approved or rejected, and where applicable, records associated with the batch, as well as a review of complaints, recalls, returned drug products, or investigations conducted under 211-192. ICH Q7 also lays out expectations around product quality review, citing regular quality reviews of APIs should be conducted with the objective of verifying the consistency of the process. It is very clear through both of these documents that data are very important, and utilizing data to drive more objective, risk-based decisions is critical and is a foundation for quality management maturity. Moving forward, ICH Q10 around the pharmaceutical quality system augments the CGMPs with the concept of an effective pharmaceutical quality system that covers the entire life cycle of a product. And it outlines activities that should be conducted to manage and continually improve the PQS around areas like process performance and product quality monitoring system. Utilizing tools to do this, like statistical process control charts, process capability, corrective action and preventative action, CAPAs, and establishing effective CAPAs, determining when CAPAs are effective, and how do we track and trend to ensure our CAPA effectiveness rate is adequate. Around change management and management review, with regards to senior management's commitment into the quality. And it also describes how continual improvement is facilitated by knowledge management and the use of quality risk management principles. Achieving quality management maturity really requires the quality management system to establish and develop business processes that consistently monitor and maintain the quality of the product in the marketplace. And we recognize that immature quality management systems are generally reactive and only respond to problems after they exist. They utilize data and metrics that are not specific, not leading, do not give them any predictive power, and are only focused on current good manufacturing practice compliance. We also recognize and have learned that stronger, more mature and complex quality management systems enable sustainable compliance with that focus on data, on performance, on continual improvement, and especially outcomes and metrics that impact the patient. And they utilize data-driven approaches such as predictive modeling, machine learning, data mining techniques to drive towards more objective decisions, which lead to reduced quality issues that then lead to less complaints, less likelihood of shortages and stockouts and adverse events. This slide is a good visual around quality management maturity being the umbrella, right? And quality management maturity is a function of many things, whether it's the culture within the organization. And the culture is always said to be, we know when an establishment has good culture in our gut when we walk into the facility, but it's very hard to measure. And that's one thing the FDA is trying to establish. What are good indicators of high quality culture, which then lead to more mature quality management maturity? Around quality metrics, and how can we use data collected on a routine frequency and evaluate those data to do forecasting, predictions, to really establish when we see a potential quality signal. When it comes to supply chain management and really establishing oversight around the supply chain, when it comes to suppliers, when it comes to customers, delivery performance. When it comes to the management review and the responsibility for senior management to be engaged around the application of risk management principles and predictive analytics. This slide goes to show that quality management maturity is a function of a lot of different inputs that go into ensure high quality product. What does quality management maturity look like? It's the question that FDA has been evaluating to ensure that we can assess quality management maturity, we can identify indicators of mature quality management maturity, and we understand that manufacturers and those with oversight and controls over their manufacturing take ownership for quality. And it starts from the top. Management must set the tone and the commitment to quality. They must invest in their people and technology. The objectives are clear and are not only focused on the business and the margins, but also tying into how do we drive quality, which then has that indirect relationship to good business decisions. How do we ensure we have a mature quality culture? What does that look like? How do we ask that staff and associates? Using data to drive continual improvement and focusing on innovative techniques. Moving more towards a performance-based quality management system as opposed to compliance-based. Establishing a set of robust KPIs, an analytical strategy, a frequency, and an overall objective of utilizing data to drive objective, risk-based decisions, as well as using forecasting techniques and risk management principles and plans when it comes to the supply chain management to ensure reliability of supply and identify an increased likelihood of stock out. We understand that quality management maturity is important to not only the FDA and to industry, but more importantly to patients and consumers. Quality management maturity is important to patients and consumers because in the end, it means more reliable access to important drug products. Because through a commitment of ongoing improvement by industry, which leads to a more robust and efficient and effective manufacturing process, this has a direct relationship to fewer recalls and fewer quality-related drug shortages. Why is quality management maturity important to industry? First, it is an important element of oversight and controls over the manufacture of drugs to ensure quality, which is foundational. As mentioned before, it leads to fewer recalls and improved corporate image. It enables continual improvement around process performance, product quality, as well as the PQS. It leads to quality system efficiencies, cost savings, and regulatory flexibility. So not only does it have that direct impact on the quality of the manufacturing process and the drug products, but it also has a direct impact on efficiencies and return on investment, time saving, and confidence in the manufacturing process. Why is it important to FDA? It is an additional quantitative and objective insight into the state of quality for products and facilities. Currently, the FDA has a lot of different inputs into the quality of products as well as facilities. Things like compliance information, post-market field alert reports, consumer complaints, BPDRs, and other such events. Adding in the transparency and the element in the assessment of the quality management maturity within an establishment will enhance our risk-based allocation of surveillance tools. It will improve effectiveness of inspections, and it will also help to identify factors leading to supply chain disruptions. CDER's vision for quality management maturity comes down to us identifying the need for a system to measure and rate a drug manufacturing facility quality management maturity, and the ability to deliver high quality drug products reliably and without disruption. We want to incentivize improved quality management systems by rewarding facilities that achieve a high degree of quality management maturity. And what does that look like? What is the carrot? Is the carrot inspection frequency? Is it direct engagement with the FDA? We want to provide transparency into the marketplace for purchasers, right? We want to give that transparency back. So the return on investment by establishments that have a high, mature, robust quality management maturity see the return, right? Make it transparent to the purchaser, to the consumers, which in the end reduce the likelihood of quality problems that can lead to drug shortages by improving robustness of quality management systems. We recognize that quality metrics is an important and critical input into the overall assessment of quality management maturity. Any assessment of a firm's quality management maturity is an evaluation at a point in time. But how do you complement that between on-site assessments? Quality metrics data would be critical to provide that information to give the agency confidence that not only the areas for improvement that were identified are being monitored and data are being used to assure improvement, but also other ongoing performance metrics when it comes to delivery performance, manufacturing process performance, when it comes to other elements around the quality system like CAPA effectiveness. These data would give us confidence that the establishment between assessments is still meeting the maturity expectations. How do we build a quality management maturity program? We can learn a lot from other organizations. PDA, ISPE, St. Gallen University, CDRH. These programs have been established, have been ongoing, and we're currently working with these organizations to learn best practices, to learn improvement opportunities, and really be able to identify what model will work best for CDER, the patients, as well as CDER's regulated industry. A voluntary program, as well as throughout the voluntary program to seek and incorporate stakeholder input, really through engagement with the industry, with consumers. Next steps. What is CDER currently doing? CDER has initiated a quality benchmarking study with Dun and Bradstreet, which is a voluntary study with establishments with the idea to collect data around pharmaceutical quality management practices globally from different manufacturing sectors, generic, OTC, API, branded, and really be able to understand and segment the inventory around which quality management practices are the best indicators of robust manufacturing processes and effective and efficient quality systems. And this collaboration is intended to produce a knowledge base that characterizes the state of quality management practices and is a data-driven approach to give FDA information that's needed to establish and better inform their assessment model moving forward. We have integrated questions related to quality management maturity into the NIPP protocols, both for pre-approval inspections and surveillance inspections. And we are actively engaging with industry and academia to inform the development of these rating systems which are intended to measure quality management maturity. And that is the end of my presentation, and I would like to pass it to Wei Yu. Thank you.